right, let's go medieval. Bum, bum, bow. Yeah, we're jumping into it again. I'm. This is gonna be a shorter episode, I think. Maybe I always say that, and then sometimes they go longer. I don't know for sure. The thing is, I really do want to play some more of this, but it's the middle of the night, so I'm a little bit tired, but it's just so cool. Like I'm really enjoying it. So why not continue? As you know, as we were doing so I do regret building this massive wall for a few reasons. The main one is it's not realistic that they would build a massive. Well, I don't know. Like wooden walls, I guess, would be thrown up to fortify areas. They're called what? There's a term for them, and it's not pavice. Pavice is like a big shield for protecting a crossbowman. Basically, crossbows were typically a two-man team. One would be a dude carrying a massive wooden siege shield, like a tower shield, and they call those pavices. And the other would be the crossbow guy. And basically, the way it would work is they would fire the crossbow and then duck behind the shield, and then rewind the crossbow for the next shot. But yeah, it's not pavice. Oh god, it's driving me crazy. There is a term for it though. This sort of like very quickly put up wooden wall, and I can't remember the name. It's driving me crazy. But I guess like military sieges, they would do this kind of thing, right? They would like build temporary wooden walls using the native environment stuff. But the main reason I'm kind of regretting jumping into building this wall so early is it doesn't really represent the natural like growth of a medieval village. Like they want fortify they'd probably build a little wooden tower for defense before they built a big like three people would not commit to building this massive thing. So I might not finish this. I might build this section out and then go back to working on building up our little like house in some fashion. I'm just wondering though, like, what direction are we taking this? Initially, we were thinking, oh, it's gonna be like a little forest village. In which case, you probably would want just a whole bunch of these smaller houses scattered about, and maybe have like a little village wall, which is feasible. Or do we want to do like a big actual grand castle? The other thing too is I'm wondering in terms of so a natural castle would not have had farmland within the walls. Like the farms would have been outside the walls. Yet because of the way this colony simulator works, like a very small plot of farmland is enough to satisfy all of the food needs of like all the people. So I don't know. It gets a little weird in terms of like, will it really be a natural castle? If I do, look at the nice texture and stuff. What's this? Soil? Interesting. So this is like exposed rock and limestone and stuff. That's really man, the art in this game is so nice. I don't know though. I feel like I bit off more than I should have this early, committing to this massive wall project when we don't even have like proper. We don't even have like a root cellar. You know what I mean? So I might leave it half finished for now and then come back to it. But the tricky part is when by the time we do come back, we probably won't even be using wood anymore. We'll be thinking more in terms of building it out of Is there no floor on the top of that? Well, how did that work? He just kind of jumped across it? Okay, there is a wood floor and he just built it. I was about to say, like, what's going on with that? So I don't know. Like, I do think it's a little bit unrealistic, how big we've built this initial wall, but maybe it's fine. Maybe we'll just, like, try to use more wood in our construction, because why wouldn't we? It's a forest village. Like, it would have, like, a wooden outer wall, most likely, as opposed to anything else. So maybe that's fine. I am thinking, though, it's also like we aren't going to. Whoa, look at all these rabbits. I kind of want to hunt them. They're a weird color. Let's M for hunt, sure. I see no reason not to grab them. Because I think we've actually, if we do, like, is it control click? Yeah, we've butchered all the stuff. We do need to cook more. That's the other reason I'm regretting this massive construction project, because cooking isn't really happening because everyone's busy cutting down all these trees instead and harvesting. I basically queued up too much early on, I think. So, I don't know. I think they'll finish this construction. I'll let them finish cutting down the trees that I queued up. But maybe we move on to building some other. Like, I would love to get, like, a little root cellar going to help preserve our food better, like a nice big storehouse. It's tough. There's like a lot of decision making that needs to happen. So right now everyone's, like, jammed into a shack. It'd be nice for everyone to have, like, their own little bedroom. We could make this the start of a keep. It doesn't make sense to have, like, a massive keep right in this area. I don't know. Obviously, quarry there. We'll probably quarry all this out, too. Maybe we build the castle above where we dig out, because that'll be a convenient basement. Something like that. A lot of tricky decisions, and I always get overwhelmed, like, in these situations where I'm like, well, I'm not sure what I want to do with it in the long run. I guess the way to go forward is to just, like, think about what we immediately need and build for it, and then try to adapt and make it better as we go. I think probably the first big need that we have is getting a proper root cellar, as well as a sort of a common area but indoors, where, like, this is, like, only 20% production speed because it's outside in the rain, which is terrible. We should try to, like, put a roof over the top of it somehow, so it's not crap. you know? I'm just wondering, like, how does that translate in the future into being a nice big castle structure? And I don't know if it does, is the main trouble I'm having. Yeah. Alright, well, we definitely need to get this roofed. It doesn't make much sense for it to be, like, we don't want soggy paper. That's, like, a terrible idea. And I think this one also, well, it doesn't say much, but yeah, this actually does better inside. Like, it's confusing because it says campfire, and you think, oh, that must be something for the outside, but that's not actually the case. The campfires do need to be enclosed as well. So I think what's in order is an expansion of our main little cabin area. And that might be the building that eventually becomes like the keep. And so it's not in the worst location. I do think I built this a little large. I was trying to make use of this helpful terrain here, and it kind of ended up being like pretty big. just pretty big. Yeah, sorry, I'm like so focused on thinking, and I hate getting crippled like this and being like, well, I don't know what I want to do anymore. I'll tell you what, I'll make, we'll do like a Roman villa style with like, well, I don't know if Roman villa style makes any kind of sense. Oh Jesus, this was just so annoying. Okay, let me get, this needs to be properly closed up. So let's do like, how long is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just gonna like extend it. 2, 3. Wait, how much should I do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know, something like this. It's kind of weird. It's actually not all that excellent, is it? But I'm thinking, wow, I know I am being a total pain and not like understanding how to build things, but let's decorate a little bit with some beams. That's not a beam, is it? L. Oh, good news though, they did patch. Why can't I? Is that too far? It's too far. Wow. I guess I can do this. All right, every fourth one I'll put one in. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And that way we can have like a second story above this one. I also... Wait, I didn't measure that right. I'll cancel, get rid of that. Alright, wooden beam. Yeah, we'll put it on the edge here because that... There we go. That stuff we have to keep anyway, because that's like the edge. And then I will deconstruct, which is K. I'm learning all the hotkeys. Deconstruct this stuff. And also probably I'm going to I might leave the chronicle table until they finish making everything. I don't know if I love this setup, but man, I'm so like indecisive. I know it's a pain. So I think for now though I'll just do that, and we'll come up with like a better thing later. I did want thatched roof. Oh, I can't build it like that, can I? And the problem is this. So L. Hopefully that will fix the roof situation. Did I not deconstruct that one? Did I not? Okay, deconstruct. Ah, that's... I didn't deconstruct was the issue. Okay. We're gonna build like a weird little catty corner thing. We'll see how that goes. I think I need to do a wooden beam across like that to support this thatched roof I'm thinking of putting up. Yeah, okay. Oh, it doesn't look all that great, does it? Because it, like, we got a roof here and then just stops and, oh well. I give up. I think, like, if I had done 2 stories tall, it would look fine, but instead it looks really gnarly and odd, but... Alright, and we can put a door in there, and a, did wooden windows and wooden windows. Just, we'll do 2 more windows and a little door. It's a shame that the thatched roof, I hope that I'm sure they will in the future, but like this log stuff, I don't mind them having like the log cabin look. It looks nice for walls, but it goes from these round, like unsquared timbers, like raw logs, to squared timber here. And it just, they don't texture-wise align that well. I'm kind of hoping that they give you the option to have squared timber walls as well. But we shall see. Alright, and when this is done, this is going to be kind of the common room. I'm going to deconstruct basically all these things that are outside. What's the issue with this? What does that mean? I don't know what the emergency was there. Maybe, I don't know. I actually don't know. Anyway, folks are off doing their stuff. Let's see what happens when he builds this door. Now, they just did a hot fix. It's supposedly fixed. Doors getting stuck open. So far, it looks pretty good. Yeah, people are actually closing the doors. So that is kind of nice to see. Alright, and yeah, once this room is actually enclosed, I'm going to deconstruct some of these things and rebuild them inside. In like a nice little... I guess I was almost going for a Viking longhouse look initially with the timber, but they would have used wood shingles, not thatch. This looks more like a cottage situation, but you didn't really have these, like, a cottage would just like literally be a big square building. You wouldn't have separate rooms in a peasant cottage. So we'll probably deconstruct all this when we start to build a proper castle. But this is kind of like our emergency thing that we're building for now. And it just ended up being like not right. Like most medieval buildings, like peasant buildings, were like quite simple in design. They didn't do this like catty corner business as much. So I love how it just explodes when they like finish stuff. Alright, getting the beams in. Hey, got a achievement too. That's nice. Poor Wiggolf has been doing so much work. I don't know how the guy handles it all. I mean, like, it's insane. He's literally built every building on this map. Like this massive wooden wall. I think the only structure he didn't build were these little traps I put out. But everything else, that's all Wiggle, baby. Of course, I say that, but Jenner over here has just like cleared a whole forest in like 5 days. It's pretty intense. I work them hard around here, you know? Work them real hard. But it's good for them. They'll get uppity if they think that they deserve time off. Oh, man. I mean, it's medieval times. It's not... There's no place for... I don't know what... I'm trying to say something, but it's not like I'm not... I'll tell you what. It is like super late at night. I'll admit, I got into some wine a little bit earlier, and I don't know, like I just wanted to play, damn it. And so I'm like struggling to figure out what to be talking about apart from, oh, this thing is happening right now on the screen that you're watching. But yeah, this is not a medieval design at all, and that's why I'm going to tear it all down eventually. But it'll suffice in the beginning. What I'll probably do is build, like... I don't mind having this little wooden, like, defensive wall, honestly. It's not totally realistic that you would just build this crazy wooden wall before you have, like, a proper, you know... village. They would work on... I mean, like, if you were, like, 3 people out in the woods in medieval times, the first thing you built would not be a massive wall. It would be this dinky little house and getting some farms planted. So, is this realistic? Not at all. Is it fine? I guess so. Because apparently we can, in a single day, build a massive cottage. So one person. So in the world of Going Medieval, in the alternate history of Going Medieval, people are just like superheroes. You can build everything instantly. And that means it's perfectly fine to build a massive wall in a day. You know, it's like... the power of Odin, or Wotan, filled, what's this guy's name? Wiggle Payne. He's just like, he's filled with the power of the oak tree, and it gives him super strength, and he can just like, he throws his hammer a little bit, and then a whole house explodes upwards. In like you saw him like put this door in, and everything just exploded. Yeah, that's because we worship the mighty, mighty god of oak trees. But yeah, like I was taking a look at like stuff they're planning. Like right now, they don't really have any way for spare room. Okay, so this is just kind of a generic room, but oops, whoop, just click on the ground floor. Okay, I think. Oh wait, I need to go a little bit up. There. Waiting for worker. Let's cancel this. And we're going to deconstruct because I don't like it being like smack in the middle of the room. Same goes. I don't think you can uninstall things currently. Now the other thing we should do is add in a floor. I'm just going to use... I mean, wicker floor is far more realistic than a wooden floor. Like, in terms of, like, what would actually be used in medieval times. So, I'm going to put some wicker in for now. In fact, you still see that today in Japanese culture, because they still use tatami mats, which are effectively wicker floors. So, let's, okay, let's put... I'm going to actually put the research, like, in the corner here. I think that's good. And we'll go ahead and give them a nice little wooden stool. There goes an auto shave. Hey, lost property, appearing deranged at first. Godwin was simply overcome with terror, a pitiful, stumbling corpse with wheals from biting and harsh beatings by a cruel master. Godwin begged, "Hide me! I will die if I am caught." Okay, so this guy is a serf. He's effectively a slave, and he's fled his lord's ancestral lands. He isn't awful, and he's amazing at cooking. Like, he isn't awful in terms of both of his perks are actually pretty good. He's got a level of marksman, I don't hate that. Like, a passion for it. Pretty good botany as well, skill-wise. But his culinary is out of control. It's really good. So, technically, it looks like, though, the people who are attacking are actually bandits. So maybe this poor guy was grabbed by some bandits and was going to be sold into slavery, but he escaped. It's not like we're declaring war on the local liege lord. So that makes me more inclined to help him. And I wouldn't mind having a dedicated cook. So, done deal. Okay, he's got some wounds. But yeah, he's got, like, iron stomach, which is... I don't know if I trust him as a cook if he doesn't eat a lot. But cold hardy is also nice. Now we do need... Yep. He's immediately going to cook. Amazing. We do need to get him a bed somewhere to kind of collapse in. I'm not sure if I put a bed here if it will be accessible, but we can check. We can at least try. And this, like, all sleeping in, like, kind of the same common room was quite common in medieval times. Like, it was pretty much to be expected that folks would sleep all together in almost a barrack-style situation. I don't think they're bothered by sleeping next to each other. I don't see many people complaining about it or anything. Which, I mean, it's realistic. And honestly, like, medieval beds for, like, if you were a big fancy pants monarch, you would have a gigantic bed, and you would share it with not just your wife, but probably a couple of your kids, too. So even, like, really wealthy people would end up sharing beds. So it's really not that unusual. Let us... Alright, we'll put the fire kind of centrally. Now, I can't exactly do it centrally, sadly, because I built the initial structure as an even amount, and everyone knows, like, if you don't... You have to build an odd amount if you want to be able to put stuff centrally. But it looks like I can center it on this axis at least, so that's something. We'll put a little campfire in, and let's actually cancel production. And of course it explodes with all the food. Sorry Heinrich, I know you love it, but these as well. Deconstruct everything. Deconstruct, even, and I know that Wotan, we're gonna just have to hope they won't be too upset that we're destroying his shrine, because, I mean, we're building him a new one. We are building him a new one. But the trouble is, we're gonna put it... I guess I can't really get it centered because it's a too wide. Okay, I'm gonna put it off in the corner, I guess. Alright, a little backgammon table. So, this whole, like, common area room where you have a whole bunch of, like, tables and all that is actually pretty accurate for medieval times. Very much like everyone would... There'd be basically... You can expect, like, 2 rooms in a medieval manor house. The greeting area that often also served as the kitchen, and then the sleeping quarters for the lord and lady. And then the storehouse would actually be an external storehouse typically, not like how we've set it up here, but in this game, like, being indoors slows down rot. So that's just how it goes. Alright, so we'll have this. Do we need maybe we do want a stool next to here as well. I don't know if they actually have to sit around there or what. We have some clay lying around. We could make a clay brazier. This would be good for winter, maybe. And also provide some light, but the campfire will provide light as well. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, can you put torches up against, like, walls? Can you do, like, a wall sconce? Doesn't seem to be. I think for now we'll just leave the little, like, campfire as the light source, along with some of the windows. Let's see, leisure. I will put in this backgammon table. Here. And then what else can we do? Some simple banners. Stick traps. The butchering table would probably... It would be in, like, either the kitchen or slightly outside. I think for now we'll leave the butchering table over here, even though that's not great for it. We need a dedicated kitchen at some point too, but I don't want to keep building in wood. So I think for now we're just going to accept that, yeah, the butcher table is going to be suboptimal. It just seems weird to stuff it in the same corner as our little shrine. So, and we don't quite have enough, it's a big structure, so there's not quite enough room. I suppose I could put it here at the front entrance, and then move this over here and kind of squish stuff in. Would that make any kind of sense? It does with the stockpile being there. Okay, let's do L for cancel. I gotta move some stuff in. Oops. Also cancel the floor. That's not great. Alright, I guess we're canceling. Everything's canceled. Everything is canceled. We're gonna redo stuff. Oh, I canceled the deconstruction of that stool, but I do wanna... Okay. So let's go back to base, wicker floor, and just make everything wicker. But yeah, tatami mats are the equivalent of wicker. They're made from reeds, not from sticks, but it's the same idea. They're actually pretty, like, it's a pretty nice flooring in terms of how easy it can be to clean. Like, it serves every, like, purpose that you would need. So here's what I'm going to do. My new plan. I'm going to put, quote-unquote, the kitchen a bit in the back. Now in a longhouse, you would have had a central hearth, because that would heat up the whole area. And obviously people like to gather around fires, but I think I'm just going to say that our kitchen, quote-unquote, is... I'll be in the back of the room here. We'll put in some stools. So there's the kitchen. And now we'll have... We don't quite need the large table. We'll have this table as well. And we'll, since we're starting to get more souls joining our group. So there's the table. As for research, I guess we'll just put it here in the front. I don't know if that's ideal, but move it one in so it's not fully crowding out the entrance. And then the final bit that I want to do for the entrance, alright, we'll put a little backgammon table. Yeah, probably here actually. Yeah, put that here. That's sort of like a little recreation area. None of this is permanent. I'm definitely going to be smashing it all down and building a proper stone one. But we'll also have our wooden oak brethren shrine. I assume that the stone one works a little better than the wood one, but maybe it's just like a visual thing. But yeah, we'll put the wooden one here for now, and that way, like travelers, they'll come in, they can worship, you know, thank the oak god, thank Wotan that their travels went safely, and then they're welcome into the hall. They can sit down, warm up near this little fire in the kitchen, play some backgammon, and the scribe will just be scribing away in this little corner. Okay. Cool. We do have... Alright, so he's convalescing. That's good. I don't know if they can actually get access to here. So I'm gonna... I don't know. We might cancel that one then. And let's do... a hay sleeping spot. Now this is not as far-fetched as you would think. Putting, like, in this main entrance hall, having some sleeping areas. Absolutely, the main greeting hall would have a couple of sleeping spots. Usually, it would not be a permanent sleeping spot. It would be more like cots that they would bring out. Basically, they would put it out all the big table. Everyone would sit around, have the banquet, a feast. And then they would push the big table off to the side, take it off to storage. Then they would bring in all the cots, and then people would like sleep on the cots in the main greeting area if you were a guest. So, all right, enemies are coming. That's a good point. You're still convalescing. What is your melee like? I mean, he's not especially great with anything. I guess I'll have him have the sword. Oh wait, no, he's got a little marksmanship on him. In that case, like, we'll wait until we can get him a bow. Just because he's got... Mostly with Godwin, the main thing I want him to do is... Oh, he's got a little passion for hunt. I thought he had passion for marksmanship. Oh, the skill hunt he would have a little passion for. Alright, I'm going to set that to high. That's top priority. That's pretty high, but not as much as Jenner. And then he's got a high starting cooking skill. That's the main thing I want him to do. I'll leave her on some cooking, because, you know, you might as well pursue your passions, but they've got other things that I need them doing that are important. So, since this guy's really only good at cooking and maybe hunting, I'm going to have him focus on that. He's not even like the most passionate hunter, so he's probably never going to actually hunt. But I'll have him focus completely on cooking so that we can actually get stuff cooked before it goes bad. And the thing that's going to look weird is we're going to have like wicker here and then like proper stone floors here, which will look strange. But now, can I tell what direction these quote-unquote enemies are coming from? If I click on this, we'll jump to it. So it's 3 forest bandits. Maybe it might be like a RimWorld situation where they come in a day and then you like, then you fight. I don't know. Anyway. What are you doing? Oh, okay. Drinking. Interesting. How are you doing, Godwin? Are you healed up yet? Almost there. Stats are getting a little low. How do I look at his health? Oh, I didn't... ew, restitution as well. Unfortunately, you can't change their alignment yet. Apparently... I see. So he's got a... Jeez, he's got a dislocated shoulder. Wow. And his pain's going down. Yeah, the healing works a little bit like how it does in RimWorld, I think. So he might not even be healed in time for this actual fight to start, which, you know, it happens. Let's cancel this for now and deconstruct. Because I want Wiggolf to get going on, like, finish all this building he needs to be doing. And maybe having a little extra will help him out. Now, it looks like it's raining inside the house, but... I think that's just like a graphics glitch. Which is understandable. I mean, that kind of stuff just happens. So, I don't know. Godwin eventually... He won't naturally convert, I don't think. I don't think it's possible to convert religion yet. So, we probably do have to get a restitutionist shrine at some point, which is a little bit of a pain, because I want to be, like, weird pagan forest people. I don't know. Let's wait and see. And if he gets unhappy, that's when I'll build one. I do think though in the roadmap they basically said that at some point we'll cut that down because we don't need little weird shrubs growing along our home. Wiggolf is doing his thing. Very good. It is taking a little while to build, though. Just a bit. I think I queued up a lot of tasks for him, and it was maybe too much. Hold on. Oh, God. Ow. So, I think I'll keep going until this bandit attack happens. And then we'll call it an episode. That'll be our first kind of us standing up against enemies. We'll see how it goes. If we're lucky, they'll come from the west. I mean, that is where Godwin came from. So maybe that is the case, that they'll appear where Godwin spawned. Which would be kind of nice, because then we could get up on this and murder them with archers pretty handily. Excuse me. The other thing I need to build, is it possible to build? Not yet. We have to research it. Can I unlock? What is it? What does this get us? Oh, okay. The woodwork bench, which allows us to get a Boyer's table. But it costs 20 scrolls, and I think we only have the 15. It would be worth starting to plant crops. Although, I think Jenner still has a lot of... Close. Why won't this Okay, it's a visual bug. That's a little annoying. There we go. I think she still has stuff queued up. Maybe not. There's a lot of berries, and you know what? We could do like a harvest. I don't know why B is harvest, but we got a lot of berries and stuff, so I don't particularly mind gathering up some of those mushrooms too. Yeah, and gain some medicine on that. I don't think we need to plant straight away. Is what I'm trying to say. So okay, good. Now everyone can worship Wotan again. Oh, Wotan, so mighty. And people were desperate too. They really, really needed to do that. So I'm glad it got built. Godwin is not healing that quickly. I think he's been tended. Okay, so he's good. What are you getting on up to? Okay, he's gonna probably mess up this construction, but I mean, it'll help out with Wiggle finishing this room a little bit faster. So Godwin will basically be our chef, though. I think that's the main thing he's going to be working on for a while. Yeah, and we've got Jenner cutting stuff. Heinrich. Have I hunted everything? I think I have. In fact, looking at it, we're starting to like, stuff is starting to turn into bones because it's rotting, because nothing's getting cooked. I really need to get this done. There's no way to like prioritize anything. It's just however you queue it up, it's like how it gets built. So, alright, Godwin's just like, he's trying his best, but his best is bad, and it's really messing up the floor. Like, everyone is going to know the parts that Godwin worked on, and they're not going to be happy about it. They're going to be like, Godwin, this is just a complete disaster. Should be ashamed. I'm not going to queue anything up just yet. I want construction to be finished first, and then I'll queue up. Yeah, these extra beds will be kind of nice. Like the research, it was 30, right? 1, 2, 3, go down. Yeah, if we have 30 at a time done, I think that'll be enough for the foreseeable future. Alright, I really hope that, like, yeah, getting the floor done is nice, but even nicer would be getting the cooking pot done so that we can cook these berries before they go bad. Make some stews out of them. You got mushroom piles. Ooh, those mushroom piles are almost gone. But, yeah, the stew pile, delicious. They do still rot, and the main thing that's... Yeah, we need a dedicated food storage solution. And preserved meat, that kind of thing. Did I? Oh, I never actually unlocked anything. What does furniture get me? Some nice chairs. I don't know what the advantage of that is, besides decoration. It maybe they sleep faster, or they get more comfort from sitting in a really nice chair. I'm kind of the mind to get wooden weaponry before I get agriculture. Mostly because we're doing okay just harvesting from the wild, at least food-wise. Obviously, we'll need this in the future in order to get like preserved vegetables. Flax is important because you use that to get better cloth, and I think we'll actually need that pretty soon. Like tailoring is another pretty big priority. I suppose I could unlock it and then, like, save up for the other stuff. Might as well. That way we can get to harvesting. As for what I'm going to plant, well, let's do, like, a couple of very simple fields. Let's do... Like, I don't know what the ideal grid or anything is, but I'm going to do, like, a 2x7 cabbage, 2x7 flax, 2x7 carrot, and then another 7x2. I guess I'm just gonna like do like every type of crop. It might be a little much. We can probably skip the grass and the trees for now, but like that. There's no real rhyme or reason behind why I picked like 2x7 or whatever, but I'm hoping it looks like nice little rows of different crops. That's the main idea I had behind that. And Jenner will get to doing that. She should do a pretty good job, actually. So Godwin isn't like in a bad mood. If I look at his mood. Ugly apparel. Okay, so he has disgusting rags. I don't see anything about him being sad. It's amazing how long it's taking these forest bands to get here. So he's enjoying his entertainment, but now it looks like he can finally get to cooking if I actually queue up. So let's just do 50 meals. Now that we have a dedicated chef, that'll be a lot of extra food. Cool. Okay. Finally, we're almost like, I'm just looking at the time. I think we're close to our hour. So, good work, Godwin. I don't think fire is a thing in the game yet. I did read in the roadmap they're planning on it being a thing in the future. So that is a interesting... Okay, there's our autosave. They're all going to sweep through the night. I do like that the auto game speed up. That's something RimWorld does not do, and it's very much needed. Like, if everyone's asleep, just fast forward. And that's a pretty simple check. It's kind of... There's some parts of RimWorld that I kind of feel like, well, you know, it's such a simple check. I don't know why the guy didn't. The guy who made... Don't get me wrong, RimWorld is a very, very, like, nice game, and it's very impressive that one person made it. It's just that I feel like if you've gotten as far as you have in RimWorld, right? Oh, I need to... Jenner has the longbow. But I'm pretty sure I wanted Henrik to have the longbow. The issue was I was waiting for his marksmanship to get high enough. Because Jenner doesn't really use the longbow that much. How do I get her to drop that item? Okay, you drop. Heinrich, you drop. And now you go and equip that. And Jenner, so where did Heinrich drop that bow? Does Jenner actually even have... She has no marksmanship. Okay. Jenner, you are going to be melee, actually. Because you really don't have... There's no real reason for you to have a bow. Whereas Godwin likes marksmanship. He's got terrible skill, but he likes it. So he should equip that bow. And our hunter should have the actual good bow. Okay, and now... I also want you to equip the buckler. You're going to be a shield maiden, basically. Okay. And now Heinrich's all set. Godwin has like a little bow. We're sowing some plants. It's all nice. It's very good. Settler wounds. Godwin, how did you get wounded? What the hey? Where's your health? Like, 1 wounds. Oh, he still has that dislocated shoulder. Okay. I don't think self-tend is a thing in this game, so hopefully someone helps him with that dislocated shoulder. No one's gonna help him, though. Oh, look. He may be a restitutionist, but... it looks like he is willing to pray at this god. I don't think it's going to... I don't think it shifts him further towards any one thing by worshiping here, but at least we know that, yeah, even a restitutionist can pray to our mighty pagan god. Okay. So, Godwin's actually bleeding? Is that right? Pain 0. Yeah, he seems okay. I mean, obviously he's got a dislocated shoulder, which isn't okay, but... It only seems to be limiting his movement. It's not a total disaster. And Heinrich is murdering a rabbit. And not doing a great job at it. If I'm being honest, that did not impress. So how is the cooking going? That's the other issue, because I think we're like some of the stuff is gonna turn to gack pretty soon. Oh, I need to queue this up forever. It's always butcher meat. Now, Godwin really should only be cooking. So hopefully he works our way through some of these mushroom piles. I do wish that there was a way to, like, well, I guess I could say only making out mushrooms to force him to do that, but a lot of this stuff needs to be cooked, so I'm just gonna accept that maybe we lose some stuff. Like, basically, I'm just gonna let him cook whatever the heck he wants to cook, you know? And it probably means that some of these mushrooms are gonna go bad. Man, these enemies are taking their sweet, sweet time. Well, I don't know. It's already been well over an hour. Maybe we save the attack for the next episode, because this is like, I mean, I could fast forward, but hey, Wiggulf, nice job. Now you're a level 2 intellect. Okay, it appears that he does not use the stool, so we can probably deconstruct it if I can actually click on it. It's gonna be hard to do that though. But he doesn't need the stool for writing. Why is he, if he's only got like 2 skill, is it... he has a little bit of passion for it. That's why I'm letting him do it. Okay. It also seems like he doesn't cook sitting down. Yeah, like medieval people were not lazy. Like they didn't sit much. So I don't think he needs to sit to do his work over there. Same with this guy, but Wiggle's like right on top of it, so I can't actually cook the stool. Okay, now we can. Let's deconstruct it. Let's turn that into a little bit of wood supply. Good work, Godwin. Yeah, I don't think we're saving those mushrooms, sadly, because we got all this meat and stuff. So he's making roasted meats. We got a bunch of stew piles and things. I think it's fine. You know, we have quite a lot of meat. We have quite a lot of, like, berries and stuff. Some of it's going to go bad, but that's just medieval times, baby. Stuff goes bad. Alright, so we got 9 hours left until... I feel like poor Jenner here is just like... She's basically crying right now because she's the only one who's going to do any kind of botany. And I queued up a lot of planting for her, so she's going to be very, very busy for quite some time. She also has that passion for culinary, but it's not going to get really fulfilled. I don't know, like, speechcraft is what? Bargaining, helping, and cheering other workers. Okay. I don't think they've added much of that yet. It's planned, but I don't think they've gone the full distance in implementing it. But yeah, you know, it's like, speaking of like implementing things, right? These are gonna rot very fast if they're not like put in storage. Like, there's some like just simple quality of life stuff that it's odd doesn't get put into games. Just because it seems like it would be easy to implement and yet have a pretty profound effect on the quality of life of the game. And it's stuff like the fast forward when every villager is sleeping. Like, I'm surprised that never made it into RimWorld. I think there's mods that let you do that, but having to manually do that all the time, like, it's a big inconvenience, and you already are doing checks in the game to see if everyone is asleep. So, if you're doing those checks anyway, it's not that hard to alter, like, the game speed. Other stuff, like, I don't know, there are a lot of little, like, small quality of life things that don't seem to get implemented in games all that often, and you kind of wonder, why didn't that get implemented? This one's done a pretty good job, though. Like, honestly, they've added quite a bit of things to it. So, okay, they're coming in 6 hours. Does that mean they're on the map? Or is that they arrive on the map in 6 hours and then charge immediately? I guess we're gonna see what that is all about. Yeah, this little thing is just, like, it's not realistic. Like, a more realistic build would be if it was just like one big square, basically. Okay, so the raw meat is rotting. Hey, we actually cooked one of those mushrooms. Amazing. I don't know if it's going to be any good, but it's kind of nice to know that at least one of them didn't go completely to waste. And that's the thing, like, all these crops we're planting, I imagine most of this is just never going to be eaten or used. We just don't have enough people. Alright, Hunrick is finally, like, moving some things. That's good. It is nice, too, that we're starting to stack all of our ingredients up. That's a good thing to see. Yeah, mushroom decomposed. The hair carcasses are not going to last very long either, and no one is cutting them. I think I've queued up too much is the main issue. Yeah, at this point though, we're gonna deal with this little raid, and I do wish I had some kind of defensive structure in this part of the, like, just a little tower would have been a good thing to build, but it never got done. Too much going on. I mean, we still have hay piles laying all over the place that just haven't been picked up, you know? There's a lot. A lot on our plates for 4 people to figure out. So my plan for this fight is we're going to put the archers will begin the engagement and will skirmish. Basically, they'll shoot, and then when the bands close in, the melee people will charge in and stop them, which will give the archers time to back away. We'll see how it goes. I imagine it's going to be a disaster that could have easily been avoided had I just built a little dinky tower somewhere, but we'll see. I imagine these early attacks aren't all that severe, and we'll do okay. Maybe we'll even get lucky and they'll come from this direction, and we'll be able to be out on the walls. Oh, what are you doing, Godwin? Okay, that is not where you need to be. I'm going to draft and have you control up. Why don't you come up here? Nope. Right click, yeah. In fact, we might as well draft all our villagers and move them where they need to be. So draft, you can be at the top of these stairs. Henrik, draft. I want you up here as well. And Wigglef. He's very passionate about melee. So draft, and you can come over here. I probably should have thought about that. Like, it doesn't make sense for them to stay over here. Well, they might try to attack our crops or something. Where are the enemies coming from? Can I double click to see? See, that's the thing I'm talking about, right? Double click a message to jump to it. That's pretty easy to implement, and they should totally do it. Because now I have to do this like slow scrolling, hoping to find these guys wherever they ended up. I don't see him. Henrik, why are you being a dum-dum? Maybe it's because he can't get up there. Because Jenner is in the way. Violent extortionist, the brute spoke, soft but menacing. Godwin belongs to me. Hand over my slave, or you all suffer. They were deadly serious. Defiant settlers refused to bow to the assassin's demands. Or assailant's demands. Yeah, no way. Took up arms, ready for battle. Okay. I think I know about how to draft them and stuff. Okay. I think, hopefully these guys don't go after our house, but towards Godwin, which would make some kind of sense. because he's the guy they want, right? Let's just watch them. If they do, like, charge the house and try to burn it or steal our supplies, we'll have to rush over there. So let's stay zoomed out and watch what they're doing. What weapons and stuff are they using anyway? Enemies have started their attack. Here they come. Are they auto saving? Sure. It does look like they're heading towards us, which is good because I didn't want them to. Alright, this should be a pretty good position though for our archers to kind of nail them. You're exhausted? I guess it is a night raid. I probably drafted them too soon. Not much we can do about it though. Sorry. Sorry for the coughing. Here comes this maniac. Just charging in with a little club. Now, I'm wondering, will they auto-attack when he crosses the line, or do they need to be told to... Nope, they auto-attack. Nice. Yeah, he got nailed. He's already bleeding out. The other thing I wonder about is, do we have... why did Wiggle, like... Well, we won a lot of achievements. The beleaguered settlers came under attack in the spring of 1353. The ordeal continued for 3 hours. Mercifully, all settlers survived the raid. 2 sworn enemies died during the fight. Henrik Rischer was the bravest of the settlers, dealing the most blows to the foe. Jenner Hook took the most damage from the enemy, thinking only of defending Hexham in its hour of need. Jenner Hook blocked the most hits. It should be recorded. Lovely. And I hope that we actually murder this guy, too. Because we need to send a message. Don't mess with Hexham. That's right. They're all dead. Okay. The other thing is, like, apparently, like, you can't mass undraft. I guess you can. Maybe that's a new thing that they did. So, attack, draft. Are they undrafted? Yeah, they're all going to sleep now. Now, we do need to build one more thing while I'm thinking about it. And I think it's over leisure, not warfare. We need a pyre. Because I'm not burying these guys. Forget that. And, just put it kind of out back here. Maybe a little ways away from camp and all that. We should cut that shrub down too, because why would you leave a fire hazard like that? Okay, so we'll have the pyre, and we can bury them in the fire. Oh man. So sorry, I ended up hurting my foot pretty bad the other day, and it's still a little painful. Now, I don't know if they have the whole situation of, oh, we're unhappy because you're making us wear gross other people's clothes. I'm not sure. I will allow this stuff, though. Because if they do want it, like, it might be a flimsy thing, but it's iron, and that might be nice. We'll see. Ooh, Wiggle. What happened, buddy? Here's leg muscle. That seems pretty bad. Okay, so they don't like seeing dead bodies. Yeah, he's bleeding out because he got stabbed in the leg. That's no good. Well, they're they're all exhausted. Everyone has to sleep and stuff. I think they'll sort themselves out. But oh, and Jenner got hurt too. Minor lacerations. I mean, obviously they're gonna hurt, but she'll probably be able to sleep that off and not be in too much difficulty. Wiggolf, though, that was more serious, and I don't know if you can get infections or not. I imagine that it will be a situation in the future, like they'll have disease, because that's like obviously an important aspect of medieval times. People got sick, people got infections. Even mighty rulers were laid low by like minor medical things. So that's just how it was. Now, I'm wondering though, why Godwin, don't you have tend as like your most important job? No, I think I need to make tend number one priority for everybody, because otherwise they don't seem to want to do it ever, and people do need tending. Ironically, Jenner is the one who got hurt more, even with her minor lacerations. Wiggolf could use some help too. Honestly, he's the one with like what sounds like a worse issue. Heinrich's doing pretty well. Yeah, and this guy, like, there's a lot of wooden stuff that needs to be picked up on. That's the other trouble with this big wall. I didn't like put in any kind of like door, so it's really like costing us in terms of them having to walk over. I guess I'm gonna do like a double door there. Yeah, it seems mostly centralized and all that. It's good to know, though, that raiders only seem to want to attack villagers, and they're not interested in, like, setting stuff on fire or stealing things. So. But, yeah, it's been like an hour and a half of recording, I think. So, this is it. I'm gonna stop recording here. But thanks for tuning in, everybody. I like this game a lot, honestly. I can see myself playing it a ton. My plan, I think, for this one is we're going to play it up for a while. We'll see, like, I'm sure we'll get to a point where we've kind of seen most of what's in it currently. And then we will probably call it and wait for, like, a significant update. The one I'd be really curious about is seeing how they're going to handle animals and taming wild beasts, and if they'll have, like, horseback riding, that kind of thing. So we'll keep an eye out for that update coming out in the future. But for now, this has been Stuart, and yeah, it's been some Going Medieval. I think for the next episode, we do need to get underground storage. I'd like to advance in tech, and maybe think about building like our actual castle as opposed to this weird log cabin thing. So there might be a lot of like rearranging of our setup and all that, but that'll happen in the future. So thanks for tuning in, everybody, and have a good one. Bye.